Fertigen Dekos, ja, Yucca.
She was a brave girl today. I found a really weird-looking lizard. Want me to show it to you?
A really weird-looking lizard. Yeah, okay. Don't know if I should trust that girl with that. Could direct somewhere uncomfortable. Am Ende des Tages ist es nämlich eine Geodrachen-Echse. Eine kleine. Weil sie größer wie Klee, hat aber Angst vor ihr, weil sie ihn sonst bombardieren würde. Ah! Da sehe ich die Kleine wirklich. Wo wir gerade eh ein bisschen off-brand sind. 10 Standardgebete, let's go! Lilla! Waffe. Okay.
These bombs, so heavy.
Von allen Waffen eine Favoniuslanze, okay. Sure.
Do you want to go fish blasting with me? I'll get grounded for a whole day, but it's way worth it because the fish tastes so good.
Okay, aktuell ist das falsche Waffenset drin. Schade. Aber ja, ich muss gestehen, das, was ich gesehen habe, fühle ich tatsächlich an der Stelle. Schwarzsteinschneider, die sehe ich bei Gaming tatsächlich auch. Eher tatsächlich das, was sie hat. Fällt mir gerade ein, habe ich noch einen Eisenstich? Habe ich! Guck mal, Navi hat den sogar schon. Weißer Schatten. Sorry.
Explosions can hurt people. Gin can be dreadful. Mondstadt be bombed. Klee be doomed. Those are the survival rules that the Knights of Favonius gave me.
Yeah, and you kinda rewritten them. So, mehr Spieler verlassen. Yes. Dankeschön. Gut. Back to Aufträge. 8 bis 10. Gucken wir mal, ob das schon triggert jetzt. Weil theoretisch ist jetzt der übernächste Tag. Ne. Ja. Machen wir halt noch einen Zeitsprung. Warum hatte ich gerade ganz kurz 0 Zuschauer und jetzt mal 5? What the heck? Ist ja witzig.
Paimon has never had dim sum at Shinue Kiosk before, but it should be quite the feast for sure. Ooh, and that's Paimon's stomach right on cue telling her it's time to go find Gaming. Let's go!
Ja, das wird ein Festmahl.
Senua Kiosk.
Und
Place to go for classic Yua dishes.
now it's getting expensive. Be careful, Gumming.
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down, sit down.
Let's all take a seat.
Hoppala.
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
That's a thing?
Ja, durch unterhalte treffen die dampfend im Summ eine Art anderen an eurem Tisch ein. Und gerade als du dachtest, dass alle Gänge serviert worden sind, bringt die Kellnerin eine großzügige Portion Reisbrei mit Meeresfrüchten.
Wow, so much delicious food. Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about holding back then.
Eat! If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood kanchi? Let me refill your bowl.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and make sure she gets a few extra shrimp. Thanks!
Der Typ, ne? Er ist... Wie gesagt, ich kann verstehen, warum Chris ihn mag, aber... Nee. Echt nicht. Wirklich nicht. Alle ergreifen ihre Stäbchen und beginnen reinzuschaufeln. Jedes Gericht schmeckt exquisit und einzigartig. Du beginnst langsam dich zu entspannen, unterhältst dich und das Essen macht dich rundum zufrieden. Bis nicht mal Paimon auch nur einen weiteren Bissen verdrücken kann. Oh boy.
So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice. Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out.
Okay, was hast du begriffen?
Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the three of us.
Ja.
Well, you must be hiding the fact that you're some young master from a rich family. That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family away from each other.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Huh? You know Xingqiu? You sure know a lot of people.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. What it comes down to is being able to tell the difference. More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents, young Master Gaming.
Okay, enough with the teasing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family situation.
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was onto something there.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Feiyun Commerce Guild. My dad... he always wanted me to inherit the family business. To be a merchant like him. But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Gaming hat bisher immer so heiter und unbeteiligt gewirkt. Jetzt habe ich ihn noch nie erlebt. Man muss ihm sehr am Herzen liegen. Oh ja.
Have you ever talked to him about it?
Frage, nächste Frage.
You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Tevat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
Oh, that's
Ouch.
terrible.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since.
Oh.
Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
Gaming.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the
Not
past,
yet.
I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting cold. Ooh, let's do something fun this afternoon. What do you say, huh? I'll organize.
Schwierig.
Actually, we kinda already have plans this afternoon.
Ja.
We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite-making, Gaming?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Shenyun.
Warte. Jetzt wird's wild. Hä? Tante Xianyun.
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Is that not something you can do?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
Great! The more the merrier!
Alles klar. Wo ist noch der Ausgang in dem Laden? Ich finde den Ausgang nie. Ah. Ich mag den Laden nicht besonders. Ausgang ist immer so meh. Vor allem, hier sind wir mal ehrlich. Wenn ich bedenke, wo das Ding steht. Hier. Ach, der Ausgang hört sich nicht sehen. Gut, am Ende des Tages gehe ich mal davon aus, dass du hier reingehst und dann vielleicht die Richtung dann den eigentlichen Ausgang hast, aber es ist something ain't right. Hi. Das ist so schöne Ware, ne? Ja, damit. Tschüss. Wenn ich hier schon hier bin. Aukangberg. Dass sie ihren Workshop da oben macht, ist halt schon wieder dumm. Aber egal. So, von den Leuten, die mitmachen, kenne ich 3. 2. Ja doch, 3. Wo ist Nummer 4? Ja, man kommt ja von dort. Hoppala. Muss aber eine Sache gestehen, ne? Wenn ich ganz ehrlich bin. Oh Gott, total. Guckt sich das hier an. Man muss das mit die Berge hochkraxeln, um hier auf der Fläche zu landen. Nein.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived!
Hello, friends.
Bin hier schon wieder am Pennen, wie sonst was.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Wanmin restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing on mint leaves alone.
Gute Nacht, Ganyu. Warum pennst du schon wieder?
Apologies in advance.
Shenhe? Not there!
Du siehst, wie Shenna eine kleine grüne Flasche herausnimmt, daraus etwas von einer nach Minze duftenden Flüssigkeit entnimmt und sie auf Ganyos Hörner aufdreht. Oh mein Gott. Okay. Yao Yao und Palmon schauen erschrocken und können sie aber nicht rechtzeitig aufhalten.
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat? I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
Huh. Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need to help you, Ganyu?
Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
Ja.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never. I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
Me too. I want to participate in the kite flying competition with my best friend. It's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right?
Your best friend didn't come with you?
Die muss in der Buchhütte arbeiten.
Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. I'll meet up with her later and give her a huge surprise. Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm. I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone.
Ja, Sascha und
But
anders.
Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself.
Huh.
It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste.
Aha.
My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Well, we're all here. But where the heck is Xianyun? Shouldn't she be here by now?
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Hallo.
Come on, you clearly heard Paimon.
Guten Tag.
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm.
Wo wir wieder beim Thema Hexenzirkel werden. Hallo, Shuyu. Kleines Mädchen also.
Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird. Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest Adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well, right?
Fürstin legt ihre Taschen ab, während Shuyu die gegrillten Fisch aufteilt. Alle anfangen miteinander zu reden, fühlt sich die sonst stille Umgebung des Aokang-Bergs allmählich mit lebhafter Unterhaltung.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into small groups. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening. Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
Yep.
One will live under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
Shuyu, Gaming, Yao Yao und Xianyun und wahrscheinlich Shenhe und da hinten. Shenhe und Anju.
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
I see. My apologies. I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, alright. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch, with no discernible temperature. Oh, not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before. Still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors. Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. It won't be long before Cloud Retainer comes to check on our progress. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb them.
Ich finde es witzig, wie ich die beiden getriggert habe, aber nicht Gaming und Shuyu. Aber ich die explizit ansprechen muss. Okay.
Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the dye formula.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? How about a butterfly?
Der Schmetterling symbolisiert den Wunsch nach Freiheit. Vielleicht ist das auch
What do you think, Shuyu?
der Gaming sucht.
Is there a particular design you want?
I want a swanee.
That might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try. They're super cute.
Wait a minute. Granted, sie hat den perfekten Partner dafür, aber was? Ein Löwe?
Okay, it's decided then.
Ich war jetzt am Überlegen, was Soani bedeutet, aber dann fiel mir wieder ein. Soani. Die ist eine Löwin. Oder ein Drachenlöwe an der Stelle.
Gaming, can I do the coloring?
Sure. I'll go ahead and make the frame for you.
The scissor-tailed swallow sure takes a lot of curved bamboo rods to build.
Ugh. It broke.
Überrascht mich nicht bei dir. Ist nicht die präziseste von allen.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao?
I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friend. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
Das macht die Sache natürlich jetzt noch fieser, damit, dass sie ein Zombie ist und sehr vergesslich. Oh, weia.
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply has a way of knowing things.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud Retainer. I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing. Is your kite finished?
We actually haven't started yet, but we're going to start, right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
Gaming, can I do the color?
Sure.
Once I get better at making kites, I'm going to make one shaped like Uruguay. You gave him to me, and he's just the best.
One is pleased that you like the gift.
Let's go.
First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
Natürlich basteln wir einen, wie Paimon geformten Drachen. Yo!
Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea. If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost on your travels and always find the tastiest food and funnest things to do wherever you go. Maybe
Kind of.
we're not exercising enough artistic license. Ooh, we should exaggerate this a bit. How about this? The word Paimon means the guardian angel of travelers.
Sure thing. Yep.
Now, what expression should we give her? Since the kite is going to be flying super high in the sky.
Drache sollte selbstzufrieden reinschauen. Der Ausdruck sollte angsterfüllt sein. Nö.
Ooh, like this? Ooh. The title of champion kite flyer is mine. Now that we've decided, let's make it happen.
Ich habe die anderen Optionen mit Absicht nicht ausgewählt, weil, sind wir mal ehrlich, die passen einfach nicht.
It's done! Paimon has to say. Kite Paimon might even rival real Paimon in terms of cuteness. Now we just have to attach the string, right?
All right, gather around, everyone.
Oh, Shenyun's calling us!
Shenyun. Ja.
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty.
Pink ist cool. Der Suani ist richtig geil. Das war auch der Grund, warum ich gesagt habe, das passt unglaublich gut zu Gaming an der Stelle. Weil er ist ja im Wushu-Tanz komplett drin. Ne? Also. Ich finde es nicht gut, dass Shannon das Ding so hält. Der Flügel ist bald abgebrochen.
Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master.
Stimmt. Ich sagen.
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you doze off while painting it, Ganyu?
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh. Well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow. The disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
Oh, yeah.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night.
Wie
Your
seine
golden
Maske.
finch is cute too, Yao Yao.
It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
What about your kite, traveler?
Mhm. Mhm.
Its self-important countenance bears a striking resemblance to that of its namesake.
It makes her look like she's already won the competition.
Yep.
That's gonna happen one way or another.
Ja. Challenge accepted. Ich merk
Is
das
that
schon.
the Jade Chamber?
Oh? Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a kite into one's territory without one's permission? Oh, and to do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery. One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer? Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
Oh, ja.
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over.
I hope the person who released the kite is going to be okay.
And now for the string.
Be careful, you two.
Master is not without her principles. We need not worry too much.
Mm.
Please look after Master for me.
It's right there.
Smooth.
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Oh Gott,
Now
nicht die
is
zwei.
hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
Oh yeah.
Your concern is misplaced, surely.
Oh no, it's
Cloud
not.
Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite.
Oh,
On
wie
the
sie das wird.
subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windless lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's creations.
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the Supreme Cuisine Machine.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Oops.
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Mountain Shaper.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an Adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint! Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Shinyan. Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
Thrown under the bus. Okay, gute Nacht, Jungs. Ihr werdet einen spaßigen Abend haben. Oops.
You?
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did she say something wrong?
Oh yes. You
It is
did
of no
indeed.
consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Then you are not angry?
Ah, semi.
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already? Oh, all this flying from place to place is wearing Paimon out.
Jammer nicht. Oh wow, diesmal kriegen wir keinen Flugweg. Frechheit. Und zurück, ich will mit den zwei nochmal reden. Und die Deppen. Unten.
It seems that one's concern was misplaced after all.
Then, should we continue flying the kite?
A splendid suggestion, but it would be advisable to change locations.
Perhaps your mountain would suffice? It is more than spacious enough.
A fine idea. A fine idea indeed.
Was für Daily Mission? Ob ihr doof seid?
They're back.
Wo ist der Rest?
Paimon's pooped. Hi. Why are there only 2 of you left?
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gao Ming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free. He looked quite dejected as he said this.
Now that you mention it, Gao Ming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards kites.
Ich kann sagen, vielleicht
A
erkennt er sich selber.
reflection of himself. Oh, if I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us and...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home. If Gaming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something?
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing, you know. Where were you anyway?
One was merely doing a bit of cooking. Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
Wollen wir gerne annehmen? Ich werde... LOL.
Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, What's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too. This is...
Hello?
Oh, I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing.
Oops.
Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
How do we look?
Huh? She asked them just like that?
Yeah.
Pretty too, Ganyu! Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined! Those outfits really suit you both.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less. What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer. For this gift. And the kite, too.
Thank you, Master.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just getting better and better, Xianyun! This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet! Paimon can't stop eating. It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Shuyu. One was hoping to treat him to a meal. Oh well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
One has high standards. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from one mean restaurant, your turns of phrase render one at quite the loss.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xianyun?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Huh. One believes we would all benefit from a more thorough retelling. Start from the beginning.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. Paimon just hopes he won't mind.
What?
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogius. He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall styling. At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogius made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle. However, when one asked Menogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogius was that type of person. When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness. And later...
Oh god.
One seems to have strayed off topic. One means to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion. It is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality, one should do one's utmost to make it so.
That's nice and all, but...
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Oh yes.
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use. No. Mechanics, perhaps. One fails to see its use in a situation such as this.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! One has an idea. How about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yep. Oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
One's designs never fail.
Hey, schätze.
Now then,
Schön.
I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days. The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words. Oh, but why must the listener grow weary whenever I begin to divulge them?
Gut. Gucken wir mal, wo wir hin dürfen. Kann natürlich sein, dass wir uns wieder auf dem Berg treffen. Sehen wir gleich.
to carry out the plan! Let's go find Gaming! Hope everything goes well.
Eine Sache, die ich gut finde an der aktuellen Story, ist, dass sie jetzt nicht hingehen und sagen, okay, wir machen das jetzt so von wegen, wir gehen jetzt auf Krampf jetzt die Tutorials zu den ganzen einzelnen Dingern durch, sondern ziehen die Story durch außerhalb der Nebenevents. Die kann man dann nebenher machen. Wir sind schon bei Kapitel 3 angelangt.
Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
Hast du nicht.
Well, it's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Well, here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Alright, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Es ist Daddy. Oh wow, lol, what? Der Sprung war hart. Den Sprung überspringe ich mal kurz selbst, weil ich immer...
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
So, wo ist er denn? Ah. Hier hoch, hier rum. Darum.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Dad?
So you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then. Let's go.
If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose and conversation. The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words.
Tut mir leid, dass ich gerade so viel nebenher was mache, aber ich muss ein bisschen was schreiben. Wo sollen wir hin? Weg nach Leon? Nein. Gasthaus Wangschuh. Macht Sinn, die Route. Bin ich ehrlich? Aber trotzdem schwer. Warte mal. Geh mir nicht mit deiner scheiß Daddy auf den Sack, ich sag's dir. Geh mir nicht auf den Wecker. Bliblablub. Ja, ist okay. Geh auf den Sack, ich will mit dir das. Ach, fick dich. Ich will mit dir handeln, nicht deine Daddys machen. Kack. Egal.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon.
Ich muss ja gestehen, das Team ist gerade schlecht. Wenn ich über irgendwas zum Kämpfen gebracht werde, habe ich ein Problem, aber ein gewaltiges. Oh ja.
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but
Just let him go.
okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed, bring them forth readily and without protest.
Ah! What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... Leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Coming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away! Let us away!
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter. Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But Coming,
Kotz dich aus jetzt.
if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
All is going to plan.
Okay, we should be good to stop here. Youngly? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Good sir, please, listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh. Ah, I see. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just, had some cake stuck in her throat.
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once. Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise, wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
Oh mein Gott, Apfelbaum. Coming. That's your part. Äpfel sind bei mir ein Problem. Okay, das ist jetzt eine blöde Ecke, glaube ich.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves.
Ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass Zhongli nicht in dieser Nummer drin ist. Und auch nicht involviert, nicht informiert, kein gar nichts. Und der Faktor, dass er genau das jetzt anspricht, ist einfach nur legendfucking-der. Klar, die meisten Leute kennen Zhongli nicht in seiner, also wahrscheinlich auch die aus Kwao-Ying nicht, kennen ihn nicht in seiner Rolle als, ja, leitender Kunstkritiker in Liyue, sagen wir es mal so. Aber aufgrund dessen, dass er dies ist, hat er auch dementsprechend die Wortwahl und das tut gerade wahrscheinlich hart weh. Aber hilft dafür auch Gamings Situation.
If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Onkel Ip. Ja.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a father. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushou dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery? You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words. Oh, Gaming is back! Hey, Gaming, we're over here!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Huh? Oh, okay.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
So, that's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me? I appreciate it, I really do. but this conflict between us has been going on for a long time.
Der sag doch einfach mal
Even
einen
if those
Sturz.
two were real bandits and I was able to subdue them and show him what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me.
You told us you wanted to
So
prove
schnell.
yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
I'll do my best.
Geht doch.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Das stimmt.
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you.
Ich muss gestehen, er ist ja doch komplett involviert, aber warte mal. Warum war er dann so dämlich beim Anfang? Egal.
My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
Und schon wieder muss er kein Mora ausgeben. Klassiker!
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Bitte. Go for it.
Should we sit?
Sure.
Ja, Zhongli.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
You never change, do you? Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Hallo?
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, Your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied. This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right.
Ah ja.
I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu.
Was machen? Bis. Wortwerbung ist nicht gestattet, danke.
I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was, awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
Eben.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like Shao lanterns in that way.
Ja.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogius was the only Yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design.
Von dem hat Cloud Retainer auch gelabert vorhin. Ist ja schließlich auch der Klamottenhersteller für unseren werten Zhongli.
When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Zhongli. See you later.
See you next time.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan one recounted to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love. So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety. Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other, it would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk. I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way? If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just yet.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer. Coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads, but you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh. Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But thank you, Dad.
been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now. Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all? Hey you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the vax.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Schwierig.
Master, did I say something wrong earlier? I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
Then I helped?
Naturally. Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
Sie sollte sich nur ein bisschen anpassen, vielleicht. Minimal. Kleines bisschen. Weniger awkward. Aber ja, das Gespräch war schon geil. Wirklich. Aber die ist halt wirklich clean, so diese Definition von, ganz klar, starke Frau, vor der jedermann Angst hat, aber clean literally, also, wow. Lasst mich in Frieden, allesamt. Wo soll ich eigentlich hin? Ach, nach Liyue Harbor direkt. Ja, okay, den restlichen Weg laufen wir jetzt auch. Ausstecken. So lang ist der Weg jetzt auch nicht mehr. Auch nur Münze sein oder so. Oh. Essen, noch mehr Essen. Oh, Apfel. Nice. Was hat eigentlich mein Apfelhaushalt hinzu? Blind? Oder kommen die jetzt später? Moment. Ach, da. Ich habe ein Dämmerfrüchte-Problem? Was war das denn? Oh. Ah, okay. That's an interesting one. Ich bin eher gewohnt, Apfelprobleme zu haben, aber egal. Eins muss ich dazugeben. Xianyun oder Cloud Retainer, wie auch immer du sie nennen willst. An sich ist sie wirklich eine liebevolle Frau und alles, ne? Aber ihre Hochnäsigkeit ist halt schon ein Problem. An gewissen Punkten. Also wirklich. Aber wie sie aufblüht in solchen Situationen wie dieser hier oder auch letztes Mal mit mit der Musik und alles. Und auch mit Shenhe. Dass sie mehr unter die Menschen kommt. Hi, Charlotte.
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course! Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
Nein!
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Oh yeah.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
Who's the real one now?
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Shenyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanka appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
As for the next step...
Oh no!
Huh?
What's wrong, Gamin?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say. We pooled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontainians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We
Nine.
can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Okay. So, it's like this.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, Why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite.
Nein, tun wir nicht. Quality Things. Nicht Schrott. Dankeschön. Reinhören.
Do your teas pair well with milk? What about sugar?
Can we skip that question?
Of course! You would much prefer that the teas be made plain, I suppose. Perhaps you could provide some descriptions of their flavor profiles during the interview.
Ah, no problem.
Noted. Now then, let's discuss tea box design, shall we? Recently, I've learned a lot about traditional Liyue motifs and their deeper meanings. I was thinking if there was some way to integrate these motifs into the design of the exterior packaging.
Now that's an interesting idea. If you ask me, I would probably...
Auch witzig. Fabi und Luca beide Full Mute. Interessant. Anyone?
Hello again.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Ah, yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge. The directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
All right then, thank you. Phew, it's done. Let's get down to business. Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Aber ja, mal gespannt jetzt.
Chi-Chi, we're almost there! Okay. Come here, allow me.
The lantern rite is as festive as ever.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millith?
What's that?
Wait, what?
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Gumming's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him. Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Boah. Alter. War das wieder ein geiles Ding. Holy shit, Mann. Ah. Liebe Genshin für all diese Events, ne? Ohne Scheiß. Oh, boy. So, es ist so amazing, das Storytelling. Mann. I'm flashed. I'm totally flashed. Ich fand die Situation geil, wie sie es durchgezogen haben. Auch dieses ganze Zwischenmenschliche, was dabei passiert ist. Oh my gosh. Auch Xianyun, die mal wieder bewiesen hat, dass das Laternenritual halt wirklich viel bedarf. Auch immer wieder gut.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Dad.
I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wushou dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. Much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid. All right,
Umarmt
that's
euch.
everything I've
Umarmt
got.
euch.
Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Dankeschön!
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Oh ja.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off. See you soon.
Dieser Drache.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xianyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Oh, hell yes. Gut. Ich glaube, das Tage warten lassen wir noch hier nicht. Stille. Wir haben nebenbei ein Quest-Item. Quest-Item oder ist das wirklich ein Boss-Item? Ah, nee. It can't even be found in the inventory. Why am I just stupidly blind? Ah, nee. Ist nicht mal hier drin in der Liste. Ah. Ah, war. Genau gesehen. Hier drin. Kategorie oder Datum sortiert? Ich glaube nach Kategorie. Da. Ist tatsächlich ein Möbelstück. Ist das geil. Like.
Welcome. Please take a seat. Oh, Lantern Rite was simply amazing. I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight. Oh, that? Yeah, interesting story. It was invented by a guy from Fontaine. His name is Ildison. He's always tinkering away at some mechanism or another. He's even asked the Steambird to write about his inventions on more than one occasion. I believe I have a direct quote from him about this particular one. Yes, here it is. The device is powered entirely by mechanical components without the need for any additional energy source. Basically, it's a manually operated cranking device. How high it can fly entirely depends on how much force you can exert. Combining this invention with a kite. What a great idea, right?
Haben wir noch genug andere Gespräche zu führen, merke ich gerade.
Oh, my conversation with Mr. Ip went really well.
I've already sent the first draft of my article back to the Steambird. It's a piece that contains all the pertinent information while also telling a story. I'm quite proud of it. Oh, that reminds me. I should thank everyone who made this possible for me. Especially that spirited lady with those peculiar turns of phrase. Miss Shenyun was her name, right? It was all thanks to your connections and creativity. I would have never thought I'd be able to bring such a special gift back to Fontaine with me. This was my first time experiencing a foreign holiday in person. It was so exciting! The festive atmosphere, the contagious holiday spirit, the profound, storied cultural traditions steeped in symbolism. Oh, I almost forgot. Kuching even gave me a kite with a poem on it that she wrote herself. It goes, "Dreams are like paper kites. With them do our hopes take flight. Sailing high above the clouds, they yearn for something more profound. Yet try we may and try we might. A deeper truth waits in plain sight. Though we hang our hopes in skies abound, many joys lie on the ground." I want to include this poem in my special feature on Laternenritual. I'm sure a lot of people will love it.
Hi, Charlotte.
Yep, and happy Laternenritual to you.
So heißt für mich jetzt komplett Lioe auf den Kopf stellen, um alle zu finden, oder was? Ich gerne reden würde. Aber das wird ja lustig. Der Auftritt war geil. By the way, in Sachen Romanze, die Chris meint. Ich meine, ihr habt in der Cutscene was rauskristallisieren sehen. Okay. Da ist jemand wohl anscheinend verschossen. Oder in ihr Äußeres. Okay. Es gibt da an der Sache nur ein Problem. Ich habe, was das betrifft, ein Déjà-vu mit dieser Person und habe so langsam das Gefühl, dass diese Person ein ziemliche... definieren wir es direkt, eine Frauenheldin ist. Weil das letzte Mal wirkte das eher wie, als würde da was laufen mit Jungling. Bei der werten Kitching. Zumindest das letzte Mal, wo das angesetzt wurde. Ich glaube, das war vorletztes Laternenritual. Das Raketending. Und, ja. Schwierig. An der Stelle. Dass jetzt Charlotte auch in der ganzen Nummer drin ist. Ich weiß nicht, also es ist irgendwie komisch. Gut, wir haben Shenhe und Ganyu gefunden.
I don't get it.
Is something wrong, Shenhe? Tell me. Perhaps I can help.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily, so I thought this outfit would be acceptable to wear to work. But Xiangling told me it was inappropriate. But inappropriate? How?
She probably just meant the outfit isn't suitable for that particular environment and occasion. But for a festival gathering with friends, a nighttime stroll, or an important banquet, your outfit is more than appropriate, Shenhe.
So you're saying it's only something I should wear in front of important people?
I suppose that's another way to think of it.
Ja. Relativ gut definiert, Shenhe, für dein Verständnis an der Stelle.
Add Astra.
Hi. Ist zwar nur eine Fischel, aber wir holen sie trotzdem zu. So, jetzt heißt es, Mensch. Hallöchen. Kitsching, was ist da los? Und Charlotte unterwegs? Oder hattest du gerade deinen Spaß mit ihr?
One may have won the kite flying competition, Yuheng, but this prize should truly be reserved for another.
You need not be so humble, Honored Adeptus. Among all the kites, yours was quite literally a cut above the rest. Please accept this prize. You deserve it.
Huh?
Besides, I'm quite certain we owe a fair share of the success of this year's lantern rite to you.
If you insist, then one can hardly continue to refuse. However, there is another matter with which one would ask your assistance.
Of course.
One would be much obliged if you could distribute this case of Sunglow tea among the Millilith on duty. The security of the festivities rests entirely on their shoulders, after all. One presumes they could always benefit from something to invigorate their spirits.
Cloud Retainer is so thoughtful and attentive to others' needs. I would expect nothing less of an esteemed adeptus such as herself. Understood. I'll get on that right away.
A fortuitous result indeed. One's tea surplus has hitherto resolved itself.
So, dann gehen wir mal noch zum Wangshu Funeral Parlor. Einfach mal zu gucken, ob da eine gewisse Huta und ein Zhongli unterwegs sind. Wäre interessant. Looks like a big nope. Wäre es eigentlich noch cool, Garming zu finden, aber ich glaube, das wird nichts. Noch ein Ort, wo die zwei klemmen könnten. Hier. Guck mal, wen ich stattdessen finde.
Our kite is so high up. Thank you for inviting me, Yao Yao. I am having a lot of fun.
I'm glad. If you want, we can go fly kites some other time too. The fun doesn't have to end today.
Really?
How about we do it during the day next time? That way, we can see the design better. When it flies super high up, it will look exactly like a real finch.
Okay. Can I take this kite to bed with me?
But of course.
Okay, das ist schon keiner cute, auch wenn ich gestehen muss, bei Chris seiner Story, ja, es ist keiner sad. Ichi wird definitiv vergessen, wo es herkommt. Ach hey, hier ist ja der Bücherladen. Da war ja was. Hier gibt es ja auch noch. Ja, ich glaube, Huta und Zhongli werden wir nicht finden. Ich muss aber auch zugeben, das Laternenritual zieht sich aber auch nur um den Teil hier, ne? Ja, hier, die ist eigentlich erwartet. Eine Sache fiel mir noch ein. Zumindest so ein Zhongli-Ding. Ah, warte mal. Ich wollte sagen.
So, you're still a big fan of winter melon cake then?
Huh? Oh, I guess you heard everything Paimon was saying, huh?
Of course. She was talking about you. As your father, how could I not listen? Remember back when you were a kid, and you would sit on my shoulders to watch the Wushu dance. On our way back home, you would beg me to buy you some winter melon cake. We would only buy 2 at a time, But before long, we tried the winter melon cake from every vendor that street had to offer. There was also that one time you used your pocket money to treat me. Do you still remember?
Yeah, I remember.
That was the best winter melon cake I ever had.
Let's go back sometime. The shop's still there, and I remember the way. My treat, just like before.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Das ist cute. Ah, nee, der ist aber auch kein Jongli. Die zwei tragen viel zu sehr auf. Man merkt richtig so die Grenze vom Laternenritual. Gut. Einfach mal. Stimmt, die habe ich schon gesehen. Was, die zwei sind auch da? Okay, wir müssen also tatsächlich nochmal zum Hafen selber zurück. Stimmt, Victor und Nadia sind mir schon aufgefallen tatsächlich. Ich habe nur keinen Kommentar dazu gebraucht, um ehrlich zu sein. Waren die hier? Ja. Vlad und Nadia. Victor. Na, wie romantisch seid ihr zwei da unterwegs. Glaubst du, dass einige dieser Drachen in der Luft auch... Hör auf! Stopp! Glaubst du, dass einige dieser Drachen in der Luft auch nicht mehr zurückgeholt werden können? Vielleicht. Selbst wenn man die Schnur kontrollieren kann, würde doch der Wind auf keinen Befehl hören. Und wo wir gerade davon sprechen, sollten wir uns einen Drachen besorgen? Obwohl ich noch nie einen geflogen bin, also keine Ahnung, ob es funktionieren würde. Oder oder wie wäre es, wenn wir gemeinsam einen Drachen basteln? Ich habe gesehen, wie kleine Kinder sich über die Drachenmuster unterhielten. Wie sie malen wollten, es ist vielleicht also gar nicht so schwierig. Wir zwei zusammen? Gerne. Lass es uns versuchen. Oh. That's cute. Liebevolle Fatui. Jedes Jahr wieder.
Do you want to make a kite together?
Together? We can give it a try.
So. Tatsache. Hier stehen die zwei schweren Hüter. Hallöchen.
Given your present countenance, one presumes you are missing some old friends again.
One cannot help but be reminded of them.
Pray speak. Unburden yourself of these sentiments.
One simply wishes Menogius were alive to witness such peace alongside us. He was so skilled in matters of craftsmanship. Kite making would scarcely prove to be a test of his capabilities. Were he yet amongst the living, he could have opened a kite stall. One is certain it would have been an establishment rich not only in profit, but also esteem. And if, as in the past, he were unable to involve himself in matters of the mortal realm, we could sell the kites in his stead. When we finished, we could bring him back wine and partake in drink and good company.
Mooncarver, those are now but fond moments in our memories.
Indeed. The dead are gone, so, as the representatives of the living, let us take in the sights for a bit longer, if just for his sake.
So und nicht anders. Finde ich gut, wirklich. So. Ich glaube, als allererstes Minigame. Chia-Ching. Was geht? Fröhliches Laternenritual, ihr beiden. Hi. Hey. Seid ihr nicht die zwei Berühmtheiten, die auf der Suche nach Gumming waren? Der euch preist. Überrascht mich jetzt so semi tatsächlich. Ganz richtig, ich bin ein Experte auf allen Gebieten. Paimon ist sehr bewandert auf dem Gebiet des Essens. Oh, wow. Hey! Paimon hat noch andere Fähigkeiten außer Essen. Ja. The Illusion of Choice mal wieder. Warte, lass Paimon überlegen. Paimon kann noch. Ich weiß. Normale Leute können gar nicht schweben. Du bist weiß, leicht und flauschig. Wie eine Taubenadeptin. Wow. Schwieriger Vergleich. Fliegen zu können ist schon großartig. Du kannst einfach Sachen tragen und entspannt arbeiten. Du solltest deinen Freunden mehr helfen. Aber das ist die komischen Spitznamen haben sich vermehrt. Einmal davon abgesehen, dass es Tauben, die sich in Adepten verwandeln, gar nicht gibt, hilft Paimon Rio doch bei jeder Gelegenheit. Ja. Wenn Rio zum Beispiel aus großer Höhe fällt, bremst Paimon ihn, damit er nicht so hart aufschlägt. Stimmt, hat sie tatsächlich schon mal gemacht. Auch wenn Paimon nicht stark genug ist, um ihn wirklich vor dem Fall zu retten. Wenn Paimon wirklich eine Taubenadeptin wäre, würde Paimon Rio, wenn er den Windgleiter benutzt, ziehen, um noch weiter zu fliegen. Ihr müsst mehr zusammen üben. Wie Gaming und ich für den Wushu-Tanz. Wir haben lange miteinander geübt, um im Einklang zu sein. Die richtige Harmonie zu finden, ist nicht einfach. Zufällig habe ich gerade ein ganz neues, lustiges Spiel gefunden. Es heißt Wushu-Praller-Spiel. Wollt ihr es aber versuchen? Damit übt man nicht nur die Koordination, sondern begreift den Wushu-Tanz auch besser. Wushu-Praller-Spiel? Ist diese große Puppe neben die etwa? Ja. Der echte Wushu-Tanz ist sehr schwer zu erlernen. Selbst wenn man einen professionellen Trainer hat. Wenn man kein starkes Interesse und Durchhaltevermögen hat, schafft man es nicht. Also habe ich einen Stil des Wushu-Tanzes genommen und die Regeln und die Requisiten geändert, sodass dieses Spiel herauskam. Und jetzt findet ja auch das Laternenritual statt, wo alle fröhlich sein sollen. Es kann deinen Appetit verbessern, wenn du es vor einer Mahlzeit spielst, und deine Verdauung verbessern, wenn du es nach einer Mahlzeit spielst. So. Zieht einfach die Kostüme an und schaut, wer mehr Teefladen bekommt. Ihr könnt euch während des Spiels auch gegenseitig anrempeln. Viel Spaß. Es hört sich lustig an, aber Paimon ist nicht stark genug, um so ein schwebendes Kostüm zu tragen, um mit anderen zu spielen. Rio ist sehr gut in solchen Spielen. Paimon schaut auch erst einmal zu und lernt. Also gut, dann schwinge ich einmal das Tanzbein. Was? Die Taubenadeptin will selbst nicht mitmachen? Das ist aber schade. Kein Problem. Paimon und Rio sind schon so lange miteinander gereist und werden es auch weiterhin tun. Wir werden noch viele Gelegenheiten haben, unser Zusammenspiel zu verbessern. Außerdem reicht es bestimmt, wenn Paimon zuschaut, um das Wichtigste für das Zusammenspiel mit Rio zu lernen. Ihr vertragt euch wirklich sehr gut. Ich bin ein bisschen neidisch. Dann würde ich euch bitten, das Wushu-Praller-Spiel auszuprobieren, und die Taubenadeptin schaut zu. Taubenadeptin. Ja. Im Minispiel Fröhliche Bestien und ihre Vorzeichen musst du die Ziele des Levels innerhalb des Zeitlimits erfüllen und die höchstmögliche Punktzahl erreichen. Drücke, um die Fähigkeit zu nutzen, Drücke, um die Fähigkeiten zu nutzen und ziehe so ein spezielles Wushu-Tanzkostüm an. Um den Wushu-Praller-Modus zu aktivieren und andere Spieler beim Berühren wegzuschleudern. Wenn sich beide Spieler im Wushu-Praller-Modus berühren, werden beide Spieler automatisch aus dem Wushu-Praller-Modus entlassen. Das Minispiel Fröhliche Bestien und ihre Vorzeichen hat insgesamt 3 Arten von Leveln zur Auswahl. Die Regeln und Spielweisen für die verschiedenen Level können unter Erläuterungen zur Spielwiese eingesehen werden. Multiplayer-Spiel, okay. Das Minispiel Fröhliche Bestien und ihre Vorzeichen umfasst 2 Spielmodi. Du kannst im Mehrspieler-Modus Freunde einladen, mit dir die Herausforderung anzunehmen oder dich mit anderen Spielern zusammenstellen lassen. Das Minispiel Fröhliche Bestien und ihre Vorzeichen kann erst bei einer Teilnehmeranzahl von 4 Spielern gestartet werden. Right. Oh. Fahren zurück. Kann ich bei dir eigentlich? Schau ich mich um. Okay. Was hast du so? Das sind Dekorationen. Die nehme ich alle mit. Sind zwar teuer, aber nehme ich mit. So, dann war hier irgendwo das Schattenspiel-Ding. Dann machen wir das zuerst. Wenshun, hallo. Rund und flauschig, weich und sprunghaft. Oh! Hier kommen Kunden. Hallo. Ich bin Wenshun. Ich wünsche euch beiden ein fröhliches Laternenritual. Lady. Wirklich hübsche Lady. Frohes Laternenritual, Fräulein Wenshun. Wir haben dich gerade etwas murmeln gehört. Führst du Selbstgespräche? Denkst du an leckere Süßigkeiten oder ein neues Rezept? Gut geraten. Ich denke über die Leckereien nach, die Goba und Juguai, ich glaube, so nennt man die, so spricht man ihn aus, Juguai zubereiten werden. Was hat Paimon da gerade vertraute Namen vernommen? Du kennst Goba und Juguai auch? Juguai? Natürlich. Ich bin Stammkundin im Restaurant Guan Min. Wenn ich nicht auf Reisen bin, esse ich mindestens 7-mal die Woche im Restaurant Guan Min. 7-mal. Das ist jeden Tag. Läuft bei dir, Mädel. Etwas Leichtes, etwas Scharfes, eine gute Abwechslung zu dem, was ich normalerweise zu Hause esse. Und wenn ich an innerer Hitze leide, schnappe ich mir ein paar Kräuter und mache ein paar Tage Kur. Danach kann ich die leckeren Sachen weiter verspachteln. Hört sich toll an. Renne ich nicht zu sehr an. Paimon möchte diesen Lebensstil auch ausprobieren. Natürlich willst du das. Jedenfalls sehe ich Goba und Fräulein Zhangling fast jeden Tag. Und manchmal treffe ich sogar die kleine Yao Yao. Wenn Yao Yao Yuiguai, nennen wir ihn Yuiguai, zu Fräulein Zhangling mitbringen, spielt Goba mit Yuiguai. Es ist wirklich schön, wenn ich Goba mit Yuiguai herumturmen sehe. Dann verflüchtigen sich gleich alle Anspannungen von der Arbeit. Ich darf nicht die Einzige sein, die von Goba und Yuiguai kuriert wird. Ja. Von Goba und Yuiguai Hallo! Sprachorgan. Mach! So. Ich darf nicht die Einzige sein, die von Goba und Yuiguai kuriert wird. Ich möchte, dass alle sehen, wie niedlich Goba und Yuiguai sind. Schön gesagt! Das ist ein hehres Anliegen. Aber was genau willst du tun? Sind die Sachen auf dem Tisch etwa... Ganz richtig. Ich habe gerade ein Scherenschnitttheater mit Goba und Yuiguai als Protagonisten fertiggestellt. Die Sachen hier sind alle Requisiten dafür. Scherenschnitttheater. Hat Paimon das nicht schon einmal gehört? Ist es ein Film, den man sich auf der Tafel hinter dir anschaut? Vielleicht habt ihr schon von dem Schattentheater gehört. Es ist eine Kunst, die seit langer Zeit in Liyue praktiziert wird. Durch den dynamischen Einsatz von Bildern und der Beleuchtung werden die Szenen auf der Leinwand lebendig. Ich liebte schon von klein auf das Schattentheater und habe einige Kniffe von Meister Jingguang gelernt. Als Erwachsene bin ich Malerin geworden und zum Lernen durch die Welt gereist. Während meines Aufenthalts in Fontaine kam ich sowohl mit einigen neuen Maltechniken als auch mit der Filmtechnik in Kontakt. Das war mir eine große Inspiration. Also habe ich versucht, ein neuartiges interaktives Spiel auf Basis des Schattentheaters zu entwickeln. Daraus wurde dann das Scherenschnitttheater. Der Stil des Scherenschnitttheaters unterscheidet sich von dem des Schattentheaters darin, dass der Schwerpunkt darin besteht, einfache und lebendige Geschichten zu erzählen, die das Publikum zum Lachen bringen. Deshalb erzähle ich als erste Vorstellung des Scherenschnitttheaters, in diesem Jahr eine herzerwärmende Geschichte. Huber und Yugui suchen zusammen nach Zutaten und bereiten Leckereien zu. Huber und Yugui kochen zusammen? Das hört sich sehr interessant an. Köstlich und lustig. Das muss ich mir aufmerksam ansehen. Ihr scheint ja richtig begeistert zu sein. Das spornt mich an. Verschwendet also keine Zeit. Bitte lehnt euch zurück und genießt das Scherenschnitttheater. Let's fetz! Verwende den linken Joystick, um die Bewegungsmöglichkeiten zu verbrauchen und Gubo und Yugui zu führen. Halte den Joystick in eine Richtung, um sie sich fortlaufend bewegen zu lassen. Ein RTS? Die Herausforderung gilt als erfolgreich, wenn alle Figuren die Position der Zutaten erreicht haben. Jede Bewegung der... Okay. Alright. Jede Bewegung, die der Startpunktwagen oder die Kisten machen, wird aufgezeichnet. Verwende die Zurücksetzen-Funktion, um das Layout auf die zuvor ausgezeichnete Version zurückzusetzen. Höchstens 3 aufeinanderfolgende Anwendungen möglich.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words. Oh, but why must the listener grow weary whenever I begin to divulge them?
Alles übertreibst. Ich habe jetzt ganz viele Crafting-Rezepte. Hallo, werter Kunde. Möchtest du dir das Scherenschnitttheater noch einmal ansehen? Oh ja, bitte, let's go. Also gut, viel Spaß. Duftende Bergdelikatessen. Okay, let's go. So, verwende den Link. Ja, hatte ich schon. Papierfiguren, Zutatensuche. Okay. Herausforderung bestanden. Grobo hat es geschafft, die wichtige Zutat zu erlangen. Nächstes Level. So. Wenn Grobo oder Yugui den Startpunkt verlassen, werden die Bereiche, die sie durchqueren, markiert. Markierte Bereiche werden als unzugänglich betrachtet. Wenn sie auf dem markierten Weg zurückkehren, werden die verbrauchten Bewegungsmöglichkeiten wiederhergestellt. Berühre den Schlüssel, um das entsprechende Schloss zu öffnen. Wenn du den Schlüssel nicht erreichen kannst, versuch Kisten zu schieben oder eine andere Methode zu verwenden. Okay. Verstehe. Okay. Das heißt, muss ich immer wieder zurücksetzen, um an Sachen ranzukommen. Lass mich raten, das wird nicht reichen, um hinzukommen. How do I even? Oh, wow. Klar. Natürlich. Man muss ja nicht die Kiste zurücksetzen. Man muss sie nur weiter schieben und dann zurücklaufen. Macht Sinn.